The morning temperature at Jiryong military base was biting. Dew settled on the helmets and olive green uniforms worn by dozens of young soldiers preparing for morning exercises. Between his tense face and eager eyes, there was one figure who secretly caught the attention of anyone who knew him. Eunwoo, an actor and idol from ASTRO, who was now serving his military service with responsibility and sincerity. For some people, seeing a big star figure like Eunwoo wearing a military uniform is an incredible thing. He was not only known for his almost absurd good looks, but also for his calmness that often amazed many people. But behind that tough-looking, perfect face, Eunwoo seems to be keeping a secret, something only one person in the military camp knows about. Someone he refers to as the senior who changed the way I look at life. The story begins from the third week of basic training. At that time, Eunwoo was just beginning to adapt to the harsh life in the barracks. Waking up at 5 in the morning, non-stop training, eating fast with limited time, and sleeping in the midst of great physical fatigue. "I've never felt this hard before," he said in one of the internal military interviews leaked to the media. "But it was precisely here that I learned who I really am." On that day, while they were resting after combat training, a senior with the rank of first sergeant approached him. His name was disguised by the media, but some sources said that the senior was someone who had served for more than 5 years, known for being tough but wise. The senior looked at Eunwoo for a long time, then said quietly, "You don't always have to be perfect here. In this place, perfection can actually make you lonely." Those words left Eunwoo speechless for a long time. All this time, his life has always revolved around the perfect image. A flawless face, decent behavior, glorious achievements, and never making mistakes in public. But in the military, none of that matters. Here, everyone is equal no matter how famous you are out there. In the barracks, all that is valued is hard work and honesty. That night, after all the lights were turned off, Eunwoo wrote something in the little book he always carried with him. The book was called The Secret Book, where personal thoughts were written. In a note that day, he wrote, "Asterisk, I met someone who reminded me to be human. Someone who made me realize that it's okay to not always be strong." Asterisk, the following days, the relationship between Eunwoo and the senior became closer. They are often seen talking in the corner of the training field or helping each other during night duty. The senior became like a mentor who taught him not only about military discipline, but also about life, about how to accept oneself with all weaknesses. On one occasion, the senior asked Eunwoo, "If you could go back to entertainment now, what would you like to do first?" Eunwoo briefly fell silent, then replied in a hoarse voice, "I want to hug my mother." The simple answer makes the atmosphere quiet. The senior patted him on the shoulder and said, "Remember, fame can make you known, but longing makes you human." Since then, Eunwoo has often pondered for a long time. He began to understand that the time of enlistment is not a time of loss, but a time of healing. One night in the following month, an incident occurred that made their entire unit even more compact. One of the new soldiers fell seriously ill from extreme exhaustion. Everyone panicked, and Eunwoo helped carry the soldier to the medical room. Although not his main task, he refused to rest before making sure the colleague was safe. The senior looked at her and said quietly, "Now I know why so many people love you out there. You're sincere without even needing a camera." The word penetrated his heart. In the middle of the darkness of the military camp night, Eunwoo lowered his head, and without being able to help himself, his tears flowed. He didn't know if it was because of fatigue, because of the senior's words, or because for the first time in a long time, he felt completely understood. The following days, the fraternal intimacy in the barracks grew stronger. Eunwoo began leading evening prayers for his colleagues, reciting motivational letters he had written himself. "We are all here not only to serve, but also to understand who we are when the world no longer applauds." Asterisk, the letter then spread among the soldiers, even being praised by the commander as the most honest writing of a celebrity in the military environment. But behind the calmness, there is one little known secret, that the letter was actually inspired by the message of the senior, who is now the most significant figure in his time in the army. According to a military source, the senior once gave Eunwoo a small letter before transferring to another unit. The letter contained a short but electrifying sentence. "Take care of yourself. The world is out there waiting for you." But don't let it forget your heart is here. Eunwoo kept the letter in his wallet, and to this day, he reportedly still carries it everywhere. In a rare internal interview towards the end of his training, he confessed, "Whenever I was tired or lost, I opened the letter, and I cried, not because I was sad, but because I knew there was someone here who made me believe that kindness is real." Those words left many of the soldiers present speechless. Some even admitted to shedding tears. Their commander then gave special permission for Eunwoo to speak in front of the entire army on the closing day of the training. On a simpler stage, with a more mature-looking face and a deeper gaze, he said, "I came here with a big name, but I'm going home with a new heart. In this place, I learned that the star is not the one who shines the most, but the one who can give light to others." After the speech, the atmosphere in the military camp changed. No one saw Eunwoo as a famous artist anymore. They saw him as a brother, as a comrade in arms who joined in drying sweat under the scorching sun, who laughed and cried with them without distance. But the secret of the relationship with the senior remains the most hotly discussed thing. Some soldiers said they often saw Eunwoo sitting alone at the back of the barracks after the senior moved units, looking up at the night sky while holding something in his hand, allegedly the small letter. "He didn't talk much that night," said one of the soldiers, "but I saw her tears fall. I know, it wasn't weak tears, but the tears of someone who truly appreciated the meaning of the meeting." When Eunwoo finally completed basic training and obtained a short leave of absence, he was briefly interviewed officially by military journalists. When asked what was the most precious moment during his enlistment, he replied quietly, "Not when I got an award, not when I performed best in physical training, but when I cried with someone who taught me the meaning of being human." The statement went viral in Korean media. Many fans were both surprised and touched. The hashtags #EunwooTears and #MilitaryBrotherhood immediately topped trending topics on Korean and Japanese Twitter. Army, Carrot, and EXOL even shared empathetic comments, saying that Eunwoo's human side made them see the K-pop world from a warmer perspective. After returning to his unit, Eunwoo began to be known as a humble and wise soldier. Many came to him for advice, especially young soldiers who had difficulty adapting. He never refused. "I'm nobody here," he said on one occasion, "but if I can make someone feel stronger today, that's probably the most important task." The mysterious relationship with his senior remains part of his personal story. It was never confirmed who it was, but Eunwoo said he had promised to see the senior again after completing his military service. "I owe him a lot. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have found my true side." Now, at the end of his military service, Eunwoo looks much more mature. In some photos released by the Korean Ministry of Defense, his face looks tough, but the look in his eyes brings a peace that is difficult to explain. Many say, Eunwoo is no longer just a visual from ASTRO, but a young man who has gone through a deep spiritual and emotional journey. Some fans wrote messages on online forums. "He is not only getting better looking, but also getting wiser." Another added, "Perhaps the tears he shed in that camp were the tears that cleansed his soul." Meanwhile, Korean media began linking the story to theories that the mysterious senior may have had a very strong emotional connection with Eunwoo, whether as a mentor, friend, or family surrogate amid the rigors of the military world. But Eunwoo himself never gave details. In the last interview before he returned to full duty, he only said quietly, "Some things are more beautiful if they are kept in the heart."